Guess what next? She said next. On a pod, they had several producers behind cameras, people with lighting, like technical people. I don't feel safe. Like, this the way you are talking to me, I don't feel safe. Bro, I had to pause.
But the extent to which women go in trying to paint their baby daddy as a terrible person baffles me, because there's a particular story as part of where this assault happened, where Ellie was trying to put their son in Didi's car, Elo, in the car, and Didi, of course, maybe he's not being friendly with Ellie, basically told her, get the out of my car, just leave him and go. And she said because he did that, she suddenly did not feel safe leaving her son with him. So she jumped in the car and followed him where he was going. This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because now they say, then he reacted one way or the other, but I'm thinking, why the would Ellie did that? This is his son as well. Are you mad? And what the do you mean you don't feel safe leaving my son with me?
That statement, a lot of women just throw it around like it means nothing lately. I was watching this guy, I'm not sure if you know him. His podcast is called Trigonometry. His name is Constantine. You definitely have seen him.
Maybe I've seen him, yeah.
So he was having a conversation with this what does she called herself? I think brutal feminist. I think that's the name of our podcast. But she came on Trigonometry's podcast. They were going back and forth. The whole podcast was 2 hours 20 minutes, man. And they've gone in deep for like over 1 hour. And she had 0 case. And this is a woman that came for the sole purpose of advertising or marketing a new book called 6 Ways to Communicate something. And she had done 0 communication. She was rambling, just talking all sort of things, being emotional. Then she wanted to like corner this guy Constantine, right? Then it didn't work. Guess what next? She said next. On a pod, they had several producers behind cameras, people with lighting, like technical people. I don't feel safe. Like, this the way you are talking to me, I don't feel safe. Bro, I had to pause. What does that even mean? Like he's going to stand up and beat you. And if you see the tone in now you need to see the because I saw that part on TikTok, then I had to go for the long one on YouTube. And I saw that, I'm like, what does this even mean? What? Why is that acceptable?
Because we live in a women's world.
That's stupid as hell.
Let me summarize it this way. 2 things are happening. 1, women and accountability, forget it, opposite thing. Women and victimhood, perfect friendship. They are the victim in every situation they can think of.
Yeah. Then why it becomes a huge problem, if you combine those two, then every other woman without reason would back any woman that comes forward and says, this is it, I went through this. Rather than, oh, okay, how did it happen? Asking each other questions that might floor the argument and be like, maybe she's lying. No, they are all supporting her.
The goal doesn't even have to be to floor the argument, but to do one single thing. As long as there is a potential that some people will weaponize this idea, at least always try to filter that out. Not for the sake of men, because of course some women don't like men, but for the sake of themselves as well. Because this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen over and over again. And at some point, some people will sit down and say, we are seeing too many cases of lying. We're seeing too many cases of using it as a weapon. Now we don't want to hear anything. And all the work that the feminist movement, the original feminist movement, have done in the past.
Yeah.
There are now people that has strong motive to repeal everything.
Yeah.
It's not going to be possible. And I hope that it's not possible. But to be honest, then there's a need to be careful about what you bring up and what you accept. You simply just don't believe anyone, not men, not women, just because they said it is what it is, right? There's no point believing people just for that reason. They said it must be true. And some people, they quickly internalize it, right? You see some people that maybe they have been essayed before. So once they hear any other person say, I was essayed, then it must be true. But we know that it doesn't have to be true. And for this reason alone, you at least need to ask questions and make reasonable deductions or let the
that's
legal
not gonna
process run its
happen.
course.
I'm thinking if I was a woman now, this is a predominantly like this is more of like a woman's situation where, you know, if you are being SAD, people expect like a man to sexually assault or like domestic violence, all these things. Like it happens more to women. I'm arguing now. So I feel like
Yeah.
it just goes up, it goes against women's code to not just support each other. We know how women can be, they are quite emotional. So I think for any woman to just come online and sort of comment like, oh, I thought she said this, just to bring out maybe one argument that might just make everyone see like, okay. She would rather die in silence with that sort of argument than come out and be like, maybe. I don't know why that is, but we can't just bring the right.
I think the why is clear, right? If you know the outcome of something, yeah, exactly. Not everyone wants to run into a moving like a train that will knock you off your career path or whatever, because defending something in that sense, or maybe not defending, but pointing out those flaws could mean crazy online backlash that could destroy your entire livelihood, and you have to choose your battles, right? So as a woman that found a flaw in another woman's accusation, yeah, you have the choice of either speak up or not. And I think the incentive structure is really leaning towards don't speak up, it's not your problem, which we all do somehow in one way or another.